Today we have a guest. He is fighting for peace with the help of music, especially the jazz music. And he has been doing a lot of concert in India and Africa. And he is somebody who want to see the peace. Do you want to see peace everywhere?
I think I want to see what everybody wants to see, right? And that
Mm-hmm.
is peace. We all have to be in this together.
If you are a warlord, if your business is selling weapons, you definitely don't want to see the peace. If the war is happening, they want to buy the weapons and people want to sell it. And
Well,
so,
you're 100% right. But here's the problem.
Mhm.
Those people are almost nobody, right? There's
Mhm.
8.4 billion of us,
Mhm.
and there's a few thousand of them. So it makes no sense, does it? I mean, that's nobody. When we had our vote to solve the Middle East, 96% of Israelis and Palestinians voted for the Jazz for Peace proposal.
Mhm.
So why should the 96% have to do what the 4% want?
Mhm.
Shouldn't the 4% be doing what the 96% want? I mean, don't we have this backwards?
Most of the countries are having an elected government, I think, where the peoples will vote for the leader. This is the style of policy making, and the way which they are building up the policies and all those stuffs will affect the outcome of the decisions which the majority of the peoples are making.
Well, you're right. A lot of times the people don't have any rights.
Mm-hmm.
But there are times when the will of the people
Mm-hmm.
should be considered. And one of the reasons is because governments are not always right. And
Mm-hmm.
the other reason is because the will of the people is not always wrong. So, those are the two reasons why the will of the people should sometimes be considered. Because if you never consider it at all, that is like saying you're always wrong. So, we're not going to
Mm-hmm.
consider you because you're always wrong. And that's wrong of you to even think that. So, that's you being wrong. We've all got to come together and do what's right. And all of these bombs and all of the pollution and all of the damage that they're doing and all of the money they're using and taking out of the opportunity to use that money to do good things is hurting everyone. It's a negative. So music brings people together in a positive way.
Especially when we look into the 70s, John Lennon was there. He connected to the masses in some certain way. This is what the people want to say to the majority of the society and majority of the people, and this is how we have to proceed with this. And he connected to masses, and it's become a moment altogether. Like, even though he was associated with a particular band, he was a global phenomena. So in that case, like, the music has certainly an effect on peacemaking. And also there is also one trouble which I am seeing is that the peace could be different from people to people. Like, for some people the peace will be settling the family, and some other people the peace will be getting a job, and some other people the peace will be getting a spiritual sense of getting a being. So in that sort of stuff, like, you are expressing your ideas through the jazz and things like that. So what is the definition of peace for you, and how do you what are you trying to say through your music?
There's an interview of me
Mm-hmm.
where I was interviewed in India. And actually, I believe if you put Jazz for Peace India into
Mm-hmm.
YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
one of the videos will be an interview where they ask me the same question that you said.
Mm-hmm.
And John Lennon, who you spoke of, and other people like Gandhi and Martin Luther King, and all the way through time, they laid a foundation for Jazz for Peace to then take and go to the next level, to
Mm-hmm.
go further. And what we are doing is we believe that you can redefine peace by helping the world's most outstanding and dedicated causes. Because
Mm-hmm.
by helping them, you are helping everyone in their outreach.
Mm-hmm.
And every time you make something better for some, you are also helping make things better for others. And when you do this on a massive scale, everybody can benefit. Everyone has a chance to benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Just the same way that when you make things worse for others, you are ultimately making things worse slowly but surely. By doing that on a mass scale, everybody suffers.
Mm-hmm.
So this way of helping the world's most outstanding causes eventually helps everyone to benefit on a big enough scale. And we're nowhere close to the scale that we should be at, even though people are shocked and amazed when they look at Jazz for Peace and see that we've already helped over 850 of the world's most outstanding causes,
What is the definition of peace for you?
helping those who are helping others.
Helping others in the in can you tell me a course where you have helped you, where you are seeing this particular person is helping the other and you fulfilled your mission of helping the person who is helping the other? What is that success story?
Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about India because you're in India
Mm-hmm.
now.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want you to know that I put in the chat a
Mm-hmm.
link
Mm-hmm.
for our solution for the Middle East so that you can share that with listeners and listeners can see what it is that we are proposing that both Israel and Palestine agree on 96%. And they can see that proposal and you can see all the frequently asked questions that people from Israel sent to us, people from Palestine. What about this? We answered it. And then people from around the world who were curious and want to see a resolution. 23 pages of frequently asked questions, and you can see that your question is answered because a lot of people, as soon as we tell them, hey, look what we just did, they say, well, what about this? What about that? They ask a question that's already been answered. And I
Mm-hmm.
say, that was answered months ago. I don't know where you were, but here's the link and you can see your question answered to your
Mm-hmm.
satisfaction. Now, back to what you were talking about. Helping outstanding causes, we had an organization contact us from India, and
Mm-hmm.
they help people in the south of India called the Dalits. Do you know who I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about? The
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dalits?
Mm-hmm.
This is the lowest caste system in India.
Mm-hmm.
And we said, we will work with you because we
Mm-hmm.
will never give up on anybody. But we thought it would be difficult for the Dalits to
Mm-hmm.
follow the easy guidelines to confirm their event.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? We were contacting someone to tell him, thank you. It was great working with you. I'm sorry it didn't work out for us to do this event. And he said, what are you talking about? We're collecting the funds now. We're
Mm-hmm.
collecting funds. We're selling the tickets. And I said, really? I said, how much have you sold? I said, you almost had his event confirmed. So a few weeks later, he confirmed his event.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to the south of India to help the Dalits.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go to Jazz for Peace India on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and it's also on Vimeo and other platforms, you can see. I sent you one link, but there's
Yeah.
another link you can get to just by searching Jazz for Peace India, the other link, which
Mm-hmm.
is only about the event in India.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You'll see the interview where they ask me that question, and I tell them basically, by helping this person who helps the deletes, we are helping all of the deletes,
Mm-hmm.
even though I'm not able to help them one by one by one by one. But by helping this person who helps them, we're helping everyone in his outreach.
Mm-hmm. How did your particular musical performances been helped them to empower themselves in a bit better way?
The first thing that you would do that this person did in
Mm-hmm.
Arani, Tamil Nadu, I had never been, I didn't even know where it was on the map. The first thing he did is he sent us an email
Mm-hmm.
saying, hey, I have watched Jazz for Peace. I see you helping people in, Kenya and, in Scandinavia. I would love for you to help our organization in Tamil Nadu. We work with the poorest of the poor and we do empower their spirits and their minds and we affect their intellect. And that was a seedling. That's like
Mm-hmm.
a little seedling from a tree, his comment. I said,
Mm-hmm.
great. What we need now are the comments from your other team members. So here is a document that states what we want to do for you.
Mm-hmm.
And show it to them. You know, you can edit it and then show it to them and get their comments. So now he comes back with comments, names and comments from other people who have looked at what we're doing and say, wow, whatever they say, they would be great. We'd love for you to come to India. Oh my God, if you could do that for us. We would love to be better funded. We would love to be more sponsored. We would love to be more prestigious. We would love to have new and prestigious supporters. We would love to grow our donor base and grow our, strengthen our community. All these things that Jazz for Peace provides with this event. So now I said, great, you've got a VIP list of names and comments. Those are roots. The last thing we want to do, if you look at a tree in the ground, you want to expand the roots, because now when you have a seedling, then you have roots. And if you look at a tree, you see that it has all these little tiny roots, the expansion of the roots. So we said, do you have any of your team members can also invite people in their communities to be a part of this event as a VIP guest of honor? So he came back with 5 more VIP lists. You follow me? So now there's 5 lists with, let's say, 20 names on them. Let's just say 20 names. 5 VIP lists with 20 names each. That's 100 names, right?
Exactly.
100 names. But guess what? It's really 200 names. You know why? Because none of those people are going to come all by themselves. You follow me? They're going to bring their wife. They're going to bring their husband. They're going to bring their significant other. They're going to bring a person that they care. They're going to, if they're not married, they're going to bring a business associate who wants to help make India better. They're going to bring somebody. You follow me? So those people bringing at least one guest with them so that they come accompanied to the event. That's 200 VIP guests of honor. Do you see what I mean? And guess what? That's enough, Arun, for them to confirm their event at no cost to you, and with some funds, even though we haven't started fundraising yet, we haven't even started, but with some funds already raised for you and in your bank account before we even start raising funds. And that's what they were able to do. The deletes. So I've had people from India on the Jazz for Peace podcast. They're astounded. They said, if the deletes of stuff, because they know this area, they said, if they can confirm a Jazz for Peace event, anybody can do this. Anybody can confirm a Jazz for Peace event if the deletes can do it. So now, with these 200 VIP guests of honor, we had a confirmed event at no cost, okay? And some money was already in their account helping them. Now we start fundraising. They already have in other words, it's already successful, right? Because for you to put on an event all by yourself, who knows how much it would cost you? If I wanted to do it, who knows how many thousands of dollars and all I'd have to spend. Here, you already have a free event. Jazz for Peace is coming. I'm flying all the way to India. In fact, I flew from Africa to India because I had to be in, I believe, Ghana. I did have to be in Ghana before India. So I had to be in Ghana and Kenya. So I don't know which country I flew from, but one of those countries I flew from there to India. But my point is, you have an event. It didn't cost you anything. Already funds are raised. Now watch what can happen from here. So now they have the roots. And guess what? Our motto, help us plant the roots so we can grow your empowerment tree. Well, they helped us plant the roots. We worked together for the 200 VIP guests of honor. Those are the roots of the tree. They helped us plant the roots so we can grow their empowerment tree. So now the roots are planted. We have a confirmed event. Guess what we can get? Local business sponsors. Because local business sponsors want those 200 people. We haven't even gotten now the general public. These are just the VIPs. The local businesses want want them to go to their shops. You see what I'm saying? They want those VIPs to remember them after this event and go to their store and buy their goods. So we are easily able to get sponsors, and we immediately got 5 local business sponsors from them. That's called branch number 2. Okay. But now once we got the 5 sponsors, that branch can keep growing. But we have the branch, we can now add another branch. It's just like a tree. You know how a tree works. This branch grows. Now this one can grow, but this one's still growing. But now this one can grow, and then this one can grow. So now the next branch, publicity and awareness. We're publicizing them not only in their region, but all around the world. Okay, this organization, PAS Tamil Nadu, PASS, their name is. People were finding out about them all over the world from this Jazz for Peace event. That's branch number 3, publicity and awareness. Now, once we have that going, okay, now we can go to worldwide organizations and companies, people that have a bigger, because let's say there's a United States company that wants to do business in India, right? We can go to them and say, listen, you want to do business in India, sponsor these of India. These people will be delighted. They'll see your name on all of the advertisements. They'll see your presence. Your presence will be at their event, even though you're an international company and even though you know what I mean? So now we're helping them get international or large or local or national sponsors, whatever it is. You follow me? So now we move on to that. Guess what? When you have all this stuff together, okay, when the tree is this big, guess who you can go after next? New and prestigious supporters.
I was just going through the stuffs, like, especially the video where you've been, the events which you've been doing and things like that.
You
And
noticed a lot of familiar names talking about
Yeah.
Jazz for Peace, right?
Yeah, exactly. Can you talk about see, this is a one event, I mean, the music is definitely connects the local peoples and the sponsors together, and if there is an international presence, it will be, I mean, it would be really great. And actually, what happened in the African countries? Can you talk about that?
You want to talk about Africa?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now you know how the process works,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
We did the same. All we do is that, because you know what? A tree is always the same process. It starts as a seedling, it grows roots, and then the branches. Every tree. So we do the same thing. I don't care Africa. I don't care if it's in Scandinavia. I don't care if it's in Brazil. But here's the problem. We've been to Africa 9 times. Which event do you want me to tell you about?
Something like, you might be went into one event and you were able to connect the people, and it's like, some courses which made a positive impact. Listeners also love to hear the same mostly.
Where this shirt is from, this is from Abuja, Nigeria. This was an artist grant, because you're a musician, right?
Yeah.
This was a grant for a performing artist. Yeah. So this woman, she wrote to us and she said, I've watched your videos and I'm a performing artist, and I also do involved in peace, and I do this and I do that. And she said all the things she did. We have it online for you can read it. She submitted a comment and she said, could you please, do this? It would, could I get a grant from Jazz for Peace as an artist? And I said, yes, you can, as an artist. She's performing, she's an artist. I said, you follow the same steps. And it was an artist grant.
Where do people can find out? You have illustrated the 3 steps in one of the document where people can go and find the
jazzforpeace.org is our website. But if you go jazzforpeace.org and then you type a / and the word easy, EASY.PDF, you can find out about those easy steps. It's only 3, ABC. Step A, step B, step C. And if you follow our guidelines, anyone can, like I said, the deletes can do it. Anybody can get a grant from Jazz for Peace.
So
F
you are still
dot
sharing me the
PDF.
story where which you have made a positive impact in the African countries.
The first time we went to Africa was Rwanda.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay. I think it's great when you hear it from the actual people themselves saying
No,
what
we
it did.
can put that link in the description, but you can just talk verbally what was happened. Any story, any small story that is a little bit inspiring.
Well, this one is I first experienced this amazing organization, their music and their mission when they came to Rwanda in 2009 to
Mm-hmm,
perform and aid UNICEF to welcome my country back to the rest of the world after the
mm-hmm,
devastation caused by genocide. Their
mm-hmm,
two concerts were the highlight of our country's Amahoro Peace Week celebration. The publicity and awareness they created was worldwide, and since then, our country has thrived far beyond even our own lofty dreams and expectations from the empowerment tree that they have grown as part of their advocacy for each cause that they represent. It is my hope to someday be able to tell other outstanding causes about this important opportunity and significant helpful step forward for their sustainable future. And this is a
mm-hmm.
person from Rwanda who wrote that to us, and we placed it on that page that I shared with you.
What sort of organization can approach you and how they can approach you for the grant from the Jazz for Peace?
The first thing they can do is write an email,
Mm-hmm,
info@jazzforpeace.org. Tell us anything you want. You can say, hey, I watched Arun's podcast and I would love for you to do this for our outstanding cause, in my country, in my city.
mm-hmm,
And then the next step, we will send them a document of what we're hoping to do for them, and
mm-hmm,
they can correct it and send it back to us. And then once we both feel like it's good, they
mm-hmm,
can share that little page and get the comments from everybody else
mm-hmm,
on their team. And that makes the seedling to roots.
mm-hmm,
Once you help us plant the roots, we
mm-hmm.
can grow your empowerment tree.
All right. Can you play one of the song?
Have you ever heard of Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
This is a song for Valentine's Day. Maybe this will help people to celebrate the
Mm-hmm,
romantic holiday. My funny Valentine, sweet comic Valentine, you make me smile with your heart. Your looks are laughable, unphotographable, yet you're my favorite work of art. Is your figure less than Greek? Is your mouth a little weak? When you open it to speak, are you smart? Don't change your hair for me, not if you care for me. Stay, little Valentine, stay. Each day is Valentine's Day. Is your figure less than Greek? Is your mouth a little weak? When you open it to speak, are you small? Don't change your hair for me. Not if you care for me. Stay, little Valentine, stay. Is Valentine's Day. Each day is Valentine's Day. Did anything happen?
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was fantastic.
Oh, great. I'm so glad you liked it.
It is good to have some lovers.
The final solution is love anyway, right?
Yeah.